AFTV, Tade, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy, well...
Not so happy.
I can't be happy, you know what I mean? I don't know how we lost.
Yeah, listen, honestly, it's one of those performances where you think to yourself, like, you lost the game, but you still stand tall at the end of it. Because, honestly, we were giving these guys a round of applause after losing the game 2-1. Because this is Man City. These are the champions. And they're probably going to be the champions again. And then you play them one man down with so much confidence, so much maturity, which the past few seasons we will have capitulated. You know, it's going to be a nosedive affair. Basically, you're going to be losing that game 4-5 or some ridiculous scoreline. And obviously, everyone has been talking about the referee. I'm not going to talk too much about that, but I can't not talk about it because it's diabolical.
It's changed the game, isn't it?
It's changed the game, and it's changed my trust in this system. People keep talking about corruption. I don't think it's just corruption. I think it's just sheer incompetence. I don't understand what is. If you look at it, people are blaming the referee, but isn't entirely the referee? It's also the VAR as well. So both the referee and the VAR were a hot mess today. You go to the screen for one of the incidences, which you've talked about several times, and you don't go for the other one. And I watched the replay immediately for the Odegaard one, right? It's very, very similar in terms of actions, very similar to the penalty that was given for Lacazette against West Ham in the sense that you get the leg first and a slight touch on the ball. You give that one for Lacazette. Obviously, they're different officials. But where's the consistency? And this is the question. So there has to be a revisit on the rule book for people to actually think about what action is befitting for a red card or a penalty or whatever. Because if you think about it,
the problem is in football, we don't know. Things used to be clear cut. We knew what handball was. We knew what a penalty was. We knew. Nowadays we don't know. We don't know what a dive is. We don't know. You know what I mean?
The Bernardo Silva one was a dive. I'm sorry.
Somebody touches your shirt. You fall over. Is that enough to make you fall down? I don't know no more. I don't know.
This is the problem.
But back in the day, it was quite clear cut. Yeah. If somebody barely touching you went down, the referee would be like, nah, that wasn't enough to let you go down.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it'd be like, nah, that is a penalty.
Yeah.
Because look, he made a contact, or yes, he did touch the shirt. It's so.
I'll tell you what.
I don't really know no more. I'll be honest.
Let me tell you what the problem is, right? So many of these referees, it's almost like they behave like robots that can't use their own brain. It's almost like.
The worst thing about it, though, Tade, is now we got VAR. That is why VAR is supposed to help.
Like you say, maybe they don't know how to use it, or maybe they are asleep when those incidents happen. Because I don't understand how you can see a clear contact on Odegaard's leg before touching the ball. And you don't tell the referee to go look at the screen. So why do that for the other incidents? Which, by the way, we know it's a penalty, even if I thought Bernardo Silva made a meal of it because he went down like a sack of potato. It was a slight contact and he bought it. Fine, a lot of players do that, right? But what about the other incidents? And this is why a lot of people are angry. They got what we wanted in Man City. It's as simple as that. But I'm not gonna castigate any player because I felt they really made me proud. This is Man City we're talking about. When we were one man down, I was like, that's it. But they surprised me with the way they performed. Martinelli hit the bat today. Let's even talk about Martinelli. Martinelli, the hunger this guy shows, the effervescence, the alacrity. He wants to do everything for the good of the game and for the team. Every single player out there today showed a lot of fight. Gabriel, I'm sorry, but you had a yellow card, right?
Stupid, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a stupid decision. No, you had a yellow card. You should be more careful with the next actions you take in the game. And that, for me, I would say I expected better from him today because he's one of the best defenders.
It's like, when a young player gets caught up in the emotion of what's going on, and it seemed like that today. So confident that this team can push for the top 4 this season?
I am confident they can push for the top 4, and the simple reason is because when you're playing in Man City, and I'm going to repeat myself again, when you're playing in Man City and you show the kind of maturity you show today, even when you're one man down, that simply means you've gone a little bit above the level you were because now you're showing a lot of maturity. And you can see they were even getting in the head of, Bernardo Silva. He was getting really frustrated. Even the fans, you remember with the ball boy as well didn't want to give him the ball. And I thought it was a team performance today, including the fans. So big up to every fan out here because honestly, we also did our job well. So for me, I really see what Arteta is trying to do. I mean, a lot of people have had a go at Arteta, and you know me very well. You know I don't go in on managers generally, because I look at players. And what I see in this team is a set of players that are willing to learn. They're humble enough to put their head down and listen, and are willing to listen to the manager for whatever it is he says, even if he's giving them bad advice. Listening is the most important thing for any footballer. And I think what's happening is some of the big boys, I don't know what's happened to Aubameyang. I'm not going to talk too much about Aubameyang, but you can tell there's a little bit of friction there in terms of how he carries himself around. And you can pick some of the words that Arteta likes saying in the interview. Willingness to learn, humble. It's very, very important. That's the ingredient of being the best team. I see us going forward. Maybe not this season, but next season will be a force to be reckoned with.
This show is brought to you by Manscaped. Use the code AFTV for 20% off your order and free shipping at manscaped.com.